the Monsters. It's weekly.
Oh shit! He's not meant to be seen right now. There. He's hidden, but he's not really here. Shh, you didn't see that. Hi there, welcome to the top 10 list of all the shows. I'm Claire. This is a show that we had during COVID. We're bringing back. I mean, it's really easy. We have a special guest. They choose a top 10. It can be anything. It can be their favourite packets of crisps or fizzy drinks or countries to visit. It doesn't matter what it is. We go down from 10 to 1. And on tonight's show, we've got the awesome... Yes, now here he is. It's Mark Rowley.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello. How are you doing, Mark? You all right?
Yeah, good. Am I sounding all right because I don't have my headphones today?
No, you're sounding fine.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Good.
You're sounding fine. You're sounding all good.
It's nice to be in your TV.
It's nice to have you back in one of my studios. What have you been up to, Mark? Because it's been quite a while.
Oh, it's been a little while, yeah. It's been a while. I'm getting ready to go away and do another project in about a week's time. So I'm going to Croatia to film, which will be really nice. So I'll be working and hopefully a little bit of time off at the weekends. I can soak up the sun.
Nice. Is that what the big beard's for? Have you been growing it for a role?
Yeah, it's I need to grow it for the part, so it's just getting used to having a massive beard again. So annoying.
Do you not like it? Do you not like having the big beard?
It's alright. I've realised today though that I've just started growing 2 white strands on my beard, and that sucks. I've never seen that before.
Oh, I'm sure I'm fully white under here, Mark. You're still a young man. Don't worry about it. It's distinguished. You look distinguished.
I know.
So,
Whiskers of wisdom.
Just, lean into it. Now, we're going to reveal your top 10. This is a fun one because, I've got a lot to say about your top 10. I'm going to challenge you all the way with it. But tonight it's Mark's top 10 essential apocalypse items. So, now, before we get into it, Mark, why did you choose apocalypse items, essential items? Why?
I don't really know. It's one of the things that came to mind. Maybe, and how funny is that you were talking about, COVID and all that stuff, the apocalypse and all that, and now we're talking about this. So
it's almost like it was going to happen. It's almost what we're going to.
It's going to happen. That's why you got to be ready.
Got to be ready, yo. So why this? Why this? Very, very zeitgeisty to talk about the apocalypse right now.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm a big fan of the HBO show, which the name has just escaped me.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah. And I really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, well, I wonder what would be the top 10 things to, take with you if you had to only take 10 things. How would you survive if there was 10 things? Also, I was watching that Netflix show a couple of weeks ago, Survival, I'm sure it's called or something.
Okay, yeah, I think it rings a bell.
Well, I'm sure that's the name. And it's just about these kind of survivalists going to Alaska and trying to live off the land.
Now,
And some of them were savage. I was like, and actually, did make me think about this because if the human order and respect and all that did just break down, which I'm sure it would, then it becomes a clan system, becomes like you against them so quickly.
what kind of person, before we get into your list, what kind of person would you be in the apocalypse then?
I would like to say it would help everyone, but I feel as if after watching that Netflix show, I'd be like, man, no, everyone's out for themselves. Keep a small group and just be like, look, can we just not screw each other over? Because people are going to come after us.
You can't account for other people, that's the thing.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
I'd be a loner. I'd just be the strange loner on the hill. It's like, don't go near. Be a wee bit crazy so nobody comes near you. And just be the strange loner on that. I don't want anyone around me. No one. That's it. Just pets.
But then if you act too crazy, then people think you're the zombie. You've been bitten.
That's true. No, I just want to be like, or kind of like Michael Caine in that film, Children of Men, where he's just got he's growing special plants and he's kind of like in a wee house on his own with his wife, and he's just like got it cordoned off, and he's like, we're just having a nice time. Just don't come near us, please. That sounds nice to me. Just me and someone having a lovely romantic time in the apocalypse. That's basically it. Now let's go through your top 10. Now, I don't know quite the order, but we'll go through it anyway. Now, full disclosure, when Mark sent me over the first list, I was like, no, because he had flamethrowers and crossbows in there. And I'm sorry, Mark, where do you have a flamethrower and a crossbow lying around your house?
I'm just saying, if I knew it was coming, a crossbow's a great one because you can hunt with it and protect yourself with it, and it's easier to shoot than a bow and arrow.
Sure, but
Sure.
but we don't have that lying around the house, so that's why.
How do you know?
Mark's he's got the beard and he's got the crossbow bow as well. So here's number 10. It is a laptop.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Why?
Well, one, communication. You know what's going on. You can keep a journal. Lots of things there. What if suddenly you don't have Wi-Fi, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, guys, we've got Wi-Fi. There's a cafe still going.
But what if there's no power and no Wi-Fi? That's the thing.
Then, totally. But if you do come across it, or let's say that you are out there for a year, and then eventually you get picked up by some sort of government or whatever.
Okay.
Then at least you've got a laptop. You've got something. Maybe they'll give you a job. They're like, oh, this guy's got a laptop. He can do some spreadsheets.
So, okay, if you were the guy with the laptop and the company or the government were like, oh, you're one of the last remaining 10 people in this area with a laptop, what would you be hired for? What skill would you have on the laptop that you could use?
I would black it. I would, hey, maybe I could create scripts. But like, here, I'll be in charge of entertainment.
I always say that too. I'm like, I could be the bard. I could play guitar. Like, I'm okay at that. I could like just be good for morale. A morale booster. I think that's what we need. We need a morale booster. So a laptop. So you're basically what you're saying is you're planning for when the apocalypse ends. So you've got the laptop there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and it's a good form of communication. Who knows what's going to happen? It'd have to be a really good one, so that it can last X amount of years.
I mean,
so I'm quite robust. Put it in your backpack, and then if someone tries to shoot you, then it might protect you, it might save you.
You know what? See, if Mark was in charge of the script for The Last of Us, it'd be a very different show. I'm telling you that right now. They've got laptops in their backpacks. They're bulletproof. They're all like on Wi-Fi in a cafe with the clickers. Do you know what I'm saying? The clickers are the waiters. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous, Mark. I'm gonna allow it.
It's your music system as well. You can put music on it, videos.
That's true. And somebody said you can journal. You can journal on it.
Yep, totally.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so we're having that. Okay, so the laptop. We have yeses in the chat for the laptop. Well done. Okay, you got it through. So let's go to number 9. Number 9 is a foldable bed. Right. Okay, hold up. Where are we getting a
big bed? That's a big, massive bed.
I googled foldable beds. They look quite nice, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks great, but how are you gonna put it? How are you gonna carry it around?
What were you envisaging when you said foldable bed? What did you have in your mind?
Like one of these, like a single bed that if you were stuck somewhere, you wouldn't be in the wet ground.
Right. Oh, okay, cool.
Almost like a deck chair, except it's a bed.
Okay. Now, because somebody here is going, how are you going to lug that? Imagine you had this, though. You're definitely getting murdered, and that's getting stolen from you pretty much immediately. Okay, so we're saying foldable bed, but where are you getting the foldable bed from? Is this something you have lying around the house, Mark?
No, but I could. Hey! Oh my God! The TV goes. There's going to be an apocalypse. What's going on? Amazon Prime. Next day delivery.
Oh God.
Boom.
I like how optimistic you are about the delivery times when the apocalypse has been announced.
Go get the most in where you can.
So Mark,
get the most out of your membership.
Right, I tell you what, okay. Imagine the government make an announcement on our phones at 3 p.m. with that weird alarm that went off the other day. And they go, okay, in 2 days' time, the apocalypse is coming. What are you ordering on Amazon? You're allowed 5 items. This is a different list, right? 5 items on Amazon. You can have anything that's on Amazon.
5 items.
5. That's all you're allowed. And they will deliver within 48 hours.
Right. Well, I do I do food.
Right? Click
Like-
smart.
Yeah. So like peanut butter, stuff like that, high fats. So kilos of that. Just go crazy with that.
Peanut butter.
Just in case I have to hold up somewhere. What else? Here, like petrol cans. They might be really useful.
Oh, that is useful.
They'll go fast, and because there'll be massive queues and stuff like that, so you just have to like really go to town with them.
So if we want peanut butter and petrol cans, you're the man for that, right? Like you're the crazy man with the peanut butter.
You need a bargain. So what you can give me?
Oh, you're already okay. Imagine I've got. Let's see. Okay, I tell you what.
You got a crossbow?
No, I don't have a crossbow, but let's see. I've got a bottle of water, right? A big bottle of water. Can I have 3 peanut butter tubs, please? Thanks.
For water?
Yeah.
Mate, it falls from the sky.
Yeah, but that's true. I fucked, Mark.
Yeah, you're done. You've not thought about this. Maybe like tarpaulin things, like in case
yeah, that's right.
a tent,
Okay.
tarpaulin, tent, stuff like that.
Oh man, I'm useless.
Like things for making a fire. Oh my god, that would have to be one. Like a fire making kit.
Fire making kit. Okay, so I'm guys, I'm dead. I mean, Mark's like well fed. He's got water. He's got a bed, and what did we say? He's got a laptop. So you guys need to be in his clan. He's got all the peanut butter you can imagine. He's got it smeared all over his face like a crazy person, just like camouflage peanut butter.
Put the peanut butter under the foldable bed so no one can steal it. So I can hear them approach.
Wait a minute. The foldable bed is like off the ground, so surely you could see it under the foldable
Yeah, I can put it under it so when anyone tries to sneak up on me in the night, I'll be like, right. I can hear them. But hopefully there'll be lots of people within my clan, my survival clan.
Okay, all
So
right.
we can all go around the peanut butter in a circle.
This sounds like a cult. The peanut butter cult. This sounds like a cult. We call ourselves the Skippy cult. That's what we are. Skippy cult. What's the other peanut butter brand called? Again, Skippy. And there's Jif. I think that's the American one.
Yeah. Harvest? No.
Oh no. What's the other one? There's Skippy, there's Jif, and there's something else.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Let's go Marks and Spencers or Waitrose. Let's go classy, since it's the end of the world.
If people are saying Kraft, Dutch peanut butter, Sunpat.
Sunpat, that's it.
Right, I'm in the Sunpat clan, and you're the Skippy clan, and I'm telling you, Sunpat's way harder than Skippy. Just saying. He doesn't look convinced. He's like, yeah, whatever. Skippy's got this. Right,
We've got more fat.
we've got more fat. Okay, we've got the next one up. We've got the good old label maker. I'm sure people will be happy to see this.
Yep, label maker, get that in there. People know within the clan what belongs to who. That's it.
So you can label each peanut butter tub. Like, this is Jim's, this is Nora's.
Jim, and then January.
Jim and January, great.
Do not touch until January 2024.
Great, so you can put dates on there. So we've got the label maker as well. But do you think in the Skippy clan that people are going to adhere to the rules because you know people are wild, Mark?
This is why you need a label maker.
Do you think people are gonna really tear the labels off? I would tear the label off. I'm sorry, Mark.
You're out of the clan. That's one of the rules. And if you look,
and that's exactly why.
If you look at the rules board, it is there.
I mean, I saw.
10 commandments.
I feel like in the Skippy clan, I don't think there should be any one leader, and I feel like you're hoarding the peanut butter. So I went and started the Sunpat clan, and there's peanut butter for everyone. It's not a problem. Not a problem.
You check the sell-by date.
Look, nobody.
He's crazy Gary. He tried to do the same to me.
Crazy Gary.
Try to pat me off and out of date peanut butter.
You know what? In the apocalypse, you just take what you're given, Mark. You just take what you're bloody given. Are you a rule breaker or are you a rule keeper, would you say? Like, have you notoriously always been someone who's a stickler for the rules?
Depends what. I wouldn't break them. If it was gonna hurt someone or anything like that, then I wouldn't do it. But if it's like I don't know, like you shouldn't park here for longer than 2 hours and you park there for 3, then what is it? What? Let's just take the risk or whatever.
He's a rebel on the roads, you guys. A rebel of the roads, Mark Rowley.
Something like that. But do you mean just in general, or do you mean in apocalypse?
No, in general, I think I pretty much keep to the rules, but I always think that rules are meant to be bent, not broken. But there's certain rules I feel like you can bend. Like when I was at school, I didn't understand why we had to adhere to this hierarchical system of being, and I was quite like I used to kind of question a lot. I was like, why do we have to wear a uniform? Because so you all look the same. Why do we have to look the same? Yeah, like it was those kind of things that got me. I didn't think it was right. I felt like everyone was getting crushed a little bit, like their souls were being crushed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird for a 14-year-old to think that way. I think probably, but I just didn't like it. I'm against the man, Mark. I'm against the man. Always have been. Always will. Let's go to number 7, shall we? I don't know what this is. I cannot remember what this is. Oh yeah, gaffer tape.
Yes.
Right, okay. Gaffer tape. Now, I can say in the chat, teapot is not in this list. He did not put teapot in the list, you guys. I'm sorry.
Too fragile. Whoever suggested that, and you're gone.
You're gone. You're out the cult. You're out the cult. You can start the porcelain cult and just collect porcelain objects in the apocalypse. So tell me about gaffer tape. What are you using this for in the apocalypse?
Well, what would you use it for? Would you use gaffer tape for?
Well, like I mean, it could come in handy. Like if your water bottle breaks, I mean that's strong enough to like hold things up like that. If your bed's like something in your bed's broken, so all the objects we've mentioned so far. So
100%. Quick fix.
a quick fix.
Oh my god! Let's say there's someone who's just come into the camp. This big dude. Oh my god! He's trying to nick everything. We've managed to take him to the ground. How are we gonna stop this guy? Get the gaffer tape. Just gaffer tape his legs. Like you can use it for everything.
Get the gaffer tape. So,
Yeah, like,
do you have gaffer tape in your house?
yeah, I've got the ultra strong one. What's it called? Gorilla. The gorilla tape?
Yeah. I think it is called gorilla tape.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Right. Okay. So he's got the gaffer. He's got okay.
Abseal it. You can probably abseal with that.
Gee, I don't have gaffer tape. I'll tell you what I do. If you're not going to see it here, I've got green screen tape. Because my green screen's constantly breaking, so it's literally being held up by this tape right now. So
There you go. It's very useful.
very useful, but not in the apocalypse because you can see that a mile off unless you're on stream. So I'm not very useful at all. So let's go to the next one. It's we're at number 6 now. A sword, right? Mark, I'm sorry. Explain yourself here. Where are you getting a bloody sword?
I've got 2 swords from the show.
Does everybody have a sword?
No, but that's why it's good for us.
Okay.
So then you run out of, say, you have to defend yourself from the zombies, or you have to defend yourself from like people who want everything from you.
So, with the swords that you've taken off set, like, are they sharp enough to kill a zombie?
You could sharpen them, yeah.
Oh, really?
100% you could sharpen them. Like one of the daggers I had was like too sharp.
Really?
Yeah, I was definitely like, my god. That was a real one, obviously, but I was like, oh, that is quite deadly.
What are they made out of, actually? The weapons like that in the show?
I don't know what metal it is, but for health and safety, we only get the real ones when it's a close-up,
Okay.
which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you ended up fighting with real swords, then insurance premiums are going to be huge.
Yep. Okay, so it's like plastic, some kind of like heavyweight.
Plastic's like a heavy-duty plastic. Yeah. So it's not gonna hurt.
Right. So your swords that you've got from the set, are they the real deal then?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got one that's plastic, one that's real, and then I've got an actual Viking sword.
And because of your training on set, you could wield that properly, right? You could properly like actually fight.
I'm okay. So before I started Last Kingdom, or actually during it, I ended up training with this reenactment Viking group,
Sure.
and they showed me how to use it for real. So it's actually the version that you do on film is very different to like real life. It's more smaller. Well, it depends. Some of the cuts are big, but in terms of thrusts, and some cuts are quite small. Because it's all about getting past the other person's blade, which can be really minuscule.
Right.
Where you meet someone's blade, you gently tap it out the way, or just so it's out of your body space, and then all you got to do is just thrust, and you've got them.
Oh, interesting.
It's small, where you go for their wrist, so as soon as you cut their wrist, then they can't hold their sword, and they're done.
Interesting.
But these things are quite small to show on camera.
Right.
Where in real life, I mean, you would definitely feel it. Yeah.
Of course.
It's like sneaky moves.
Okay, Sam, I'm so interested. I like the skills. I'm always interested in the skills that people learn when they're doing things like that, because I think I'd like to, ride a horse, do jiu-jitsu, like John Wick, or kind of like sword fight like that. That always seems really fun. So let's say we'll give you that. We'll give you the sword. So far, we're giving you all the objects.
Great.
That's fine. You've got all those objects.
Anyone objecting?
Is anyone in the chat objecting right now to what we've seen so far? Because it's absolutely fine to object. Right, I'm going to go to the next one while everyone's typing in the chat. So number 5, okay, is a cool or awesome tent. Okay, so an awesome tent. Okay, now what constitutes an awesome tent?
Just like a really good one, very durable. It's big. Maybe it has like a little cooking area out front, so just in case it's snowing or raining. And especially, what if you ended up like helping someone and it's like a one-man tent? Then you're done. It's like, oh mate, I've not got enough space. I want to help you, but it's too small. And what if the person's a snorer? Give them their own department so they can get changed and whatever. You don't have to come into my space.
Yeah, okay, so we're giving you awesome tent. There's a few objections. One person, Dahlia here, has objected to the laptop. Right, she's objecting to the laptop. I'm gonna give you 20 seconds, Mark, to state your case for the laptop. Just give me a wee second. Hold on. 20 seconds. Are you ready? Starting from now.
Okay, so you get electricity, you plug in your laptop, you've charged it up, you've got music, you've got videos to remember your family, you've got a potential means of trying to contact someone. You can record things, you can do a journal. Hey, and you've also got the potential to get a job if you're picked up. So there we go.
Oh, that was 20 seconds exactly. He's a professional. It's like he's an actual professional, you guys. It's amazing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let Mark keep the laptop because it's a potential thing for after the apocalypse, and he's trying to think ahead as well. I know there might not be electricity, you guys, but still, everyone's, and somebody, Nisha's objecting to the label maker. Why would you object? Why do you think she's objecting to the label maker, Mark? Come on.
You could get rid of the label maker. You really could.
That's just a luxury item at this point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think you're being too greedy. So,
Mark,
Mark,
might take up too much space in the bag.
So if you have to get rid of the laptop or the label maker, which would you get rid of?
It's a label maker for sure.
Oh my god. Look, the fact that he's getting rid of his beloved label maker, you guys. That's tough for a man like Mark. I can see the sadness in his eyes. I can see it. Okay, so we're giving him 10. Okay, because we have to. So we're at number 4 now, Mark. All right, so a portable cooking kit. Yes. Now, how handy do you think you'd be at cooking in the apocalypse?
I mean, you just have to cook it so that you can eat it, right?
Sure.
So really, that's what I'm thinking of. just has to be, or what if you have bad water and it's not running water, then maybe you boil it and so you can drink it.
Okay, right. So that's very practical. Now,
Yeah.
say we've got the water's fine now. The apocalypse is still happening, but the water's fine. But we're still having to hunt and, you know, grab our food from the woods, the forests. How can you make, say, let's say, rabbit? You've caught a wee rabbit. How can you make rabbit taste good? Tell me, how would you make that taste good? What would you be grabbing from the forest to make it a gourmet meal?
Well, it depends, because actually, I'm sure on my list I've got something to help with that.
You actually do, but we can't reveal it yet.
Yeah. So I would use that other item,
Sure.
and that's for when I've settled, though.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean? That's a settling thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would use that other item in the list. And so you'd get flavours. And yeah, I guess I would pan fry it. I'd chop it up and pan fry it.
Pan fry it. I'd probably like try and like grab some berries and things like that. Make a nice wee fruity sauce. Experiment a wee bit.
Venison, totally.
Exactly. Like, can you imagine? I feel like if you were in the apocalypse, what would be the one food item or a taste or a flavour that you'd miss the most? Something that you'd be like, oh man, like chocolate, for example, if you couldn't get chocolate.
Think something sweet. Either chocolate or honey. Like, maybe something sweet. So just something really sweet.
Yeah, because everything would go off or you couldn't get it.
Yeah, it'd be hard. Like, I know you can get natural honey, but I mean, Jesus, imagine trying to find that.
Yeah, no. That's like a settling thing where you get bee farms and stuff like that, and then that's that's something for the Skippy clan.
That's trading. That's trading stuff. That's when it gets to the point where you're like, hey, any chance we can get some of your honey? And then like, no, you can't get none of my honey. And I'm like, okay, fair enough then. I'm gonna come back. Gonna come back at night. I give you a chance.
But you find out that you can't get the honey because we've got a trade agreement, the Sunpack clan, with the Honey clan, the Honeycombers, we call them. And sadly, our agreement is you don't give anything to that clan, the other peanut guys. We're the peanut guys. We're the only peanut guys. So we're the peanut bar.
Looks like I'll have to use my swords.
Exactly. You're going to have to go to war. That's what's going to have to happen. And then you're known for being dicks. You're just like, all I want's friggin' honey. Jesus Christ. So Sunpack clan, no offense, Mark, win out again. They do win. I'm sorry, but you can have your beds and your pots and pans. All we have is like a cave with some Skippy at this point and some honey because we're a bit shit. So that's us get that one. Okay, we're at the top 3 now, you guys. So you ready for this? All right, Mark, top 3. A herb garden. So this is what you were talking about. How do we start a herb garden?
So once you've found the place to live, or you think it's like safe to be there, then it's like, right, let's use these seeds that we've got and create a herb garden and start to create your own little paradise.
Yes. Now, what are the top, well, let's say 3 herbs or herbs for our North American friends that you would plant first in your herb garden?
I love rosemary.
Sure.
Rosemary, mint, because like you use it, mint tea. Good, there's so many things you could do with that. What's good for your like digestive system and all that? Maybe we could do like, because that's what I'm saying. You can use some of these herbs medically.
Well, mint is, I think, or peppermint tea anyway, I've read is good for your digestive system.
What else? Does anyone know in the chat?
I'm not sure. Like somebody says fennel, chamomile.
Yeah.
So that licorice. Oh, Tigger, yuck.
No, we can pass that one.
No. Oh, you another person that hates licorice.
I don't like it.
So what is it you hate about it?
Just the taste.
It's just right?
Ugh.
But I don't understand. See, when people go, oh, I love it. Like licorice, all sorts of stuff. I'm like, why? Like, it tastes like a bag of poo. Like, it's disgusting.
It's too strong.
No, what you want is chocolate, like chocolate buttons, giant chocolate buttons, things that make you feel good, not,
Yeah, totally.
not things that make you screw up your face. Like, oh. So that's in your herb garden. Are you a good gardener, Mark? How are your green fingers?
Not really. Apart from, I remember a couple of years ago. Actually, no, it was longer. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, and we were renting a place in London. So it wasn't even our garden, and I was just like, oh my god, this garden is so plain. And I got all these flowers. I planted them, and then I found out that some flowers only last X amount of time.
Really?
Yeah, there's some that only last. So if you went to the flower shop or B&Q or something, and you planted these plants, sometimes they're just gonna die. They don't last the year. So I'm like, well,
What's the point?
that's so sad. Yeah, I was like, what's the point? Why did they let me spend so much in flowers, plant it, and then only get 3-4 months out of it?
Yeah, it's boring.
And that's it. I'm like, it's done.
Yeah.
I was like, what is a waste of my time? Pretty to look at for X amount of time, and I feel sorry for the plants.
I'm with Mark on this. Now, I think the whole point of the plants, because I call people that love plants plant people. It's not me being derogatory towards folks that like plant. You just are. You're plant people. You like plants. And I think when my friends who are plant people talk to me about plants, they go, no, it's about the nurturing and the caring for them and it's all of this stuff. I'm sorry, I don't have bloody time for all that. And I think that's my problem. And even if I was retired, I'd be like, I'd rather paint or write something. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you see yourself being a gardener in your old age?
Oh yeah, I definitely could. Like,
Okay.
I do. Like, so I've got a holiday home in Scotland, and we have a garden plan that we're going to try and execute. So, but that is hardy plants.
Right.
And hardy plants can last all year round.
Right. Okay.
So, like heathers and stuff like that, and they look really pretty.
Yeah, hardcore. Well, Scottish plants should be a bit
Scottish plants.
a bit more hardcore than
exactly.
sunflowers. I mean, look at the weather, Mark. I mean, they're gonna like withstand quite a lot. None of these like soft sunflowers and stuff like that.
They're gone. They're gone.
Did absolutely did. I'm not everything I've ever gotten. Somebody got me a cactus once for a birthday. It's a weird present to get me, a little tiny cactus, and I was like, okay, cool, that's nice of you. But they got me this cactus, and even that died on my watch. A frigging cactus.
Wow.
It
Yeah, that's
died.
hard to kill.
Yeah.
Cactus is hard to kill.
Yeah, that says it all, Mark. I'm a very I'm a very loving plant mother.
That means you're too busy. That is too.
I was too busy. I'm sorry, I don't have time for this plant nonsense, quite frankly. I got a plastic sunflower in my house, so that says it. Plastic plants, like proper 80s style. Okay, the next one, we're at the top two now, you guys. Okay, so this is the second one. It's an eye mask. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why do you need an eye mask? Like, what's your reasoning?
God, you know what? I should have said a sleeping kit. I wish I could see like some sort of sleeping kit where you have an eye mask and like something like ear I don't know, like earbuds or something, or just something that just blocks out noise. Let's just say you're doing a night shift. You've done the night shift, and then you're having to sleep in your tent during the day. Maybe there's like some sort of rotation and security with the clan.
I like how well prepared Mark is. Warner Child says blocks out the apocalypse. You're just like, no, it's okay. I've had enough apocalypse for one evening. But Mark, do you not think, even though you might want a wee snooze, and it might be quite safe in your compound, because let's say that you've settled. I mean, I've seen The Walking Dead, I've read the comics, I've seen the TV show. No one's safe. You don't know when someone's gonna there's gonna be an outbreak or like somebody breaking into the compound. Do you not think it's better to see and hear everything?
Well, maybe you could like see in these movies and stuff. What they do is they normally have these kind of triggering systems. Yeah. So you just have to make sure it's very, very loud so you can hear it, and you're like, "Oh my god, something is properly kicking off."
Okay.
Then you get ready.
Like a proper siren. How are you generally though, Mark? Do you use eye masks when you're traveling or sleeping? Like, are you quite a good sleeper?
I'll take it. No, I don't use it all the time, but I will take them, especially like I'm doing this job with Croatia, I'll pack a sleeping kit, as it were, just in case. We've all been there when you're in a hotel, and you never know what the hotel is going to be like
I know.
in terms of the thickness of the walls, and it just ruins it. There was one time where there was this guy who, I don't know what the hell was up with him, but he was snoring so loud, embarrassingly so, and you're like, oh my god. And they're in the crew, like they're part of the show, so you're like, this is awkward.
Did you know who it
And
was?
I'm like, how was your sleep? Mate,
Great.
I'll tell you, it could have been a wee bit better if it wasn't for so and so.
Did you know
But-
who was the snorer? I mean, obviously, you don't say it
Yeah,
now.
you can locate it. Yeah, 100%, because it's like next door to yours. So then you just need to figure out who the hell was next door.
Oh my god. For me, I'm usually all right in hotels. I don't have crew or anything around me. It's usually just I'm put in a hotel and like have to do a job the next day. But the last time I had a noisy hotel, it was Glasgow. I was up doing a BAFTA thing. It was like last month. And I call it party hotels. You know, when you just get some hotels where they're like they just want a party, and it was a party hotel, Mark, and it was Friday night in Glasgow, and it was, and I was that person that called down to reception to get
Yeah.
it stopped, and I heard the knock on the door, and I heard them getting told off.
Oh, that is great.
It felt so good, Mark. I felt great. Justice. I felt like Batman. I felt like a really shit Batman. Do you know what I mean?
Did they quieten down? Did they quieten down after it?
Yeah, they did actually. Like, they knocked the door. I looked through the little keyhole,
Spy thing.
the
Yeah.
spy thing, and I could see people chatting, and there was no arguments. The music went down, and then after 15 minutes, it just went off. And I thought, fair, that's really respectful, actually. But I just don't understand it. You know, when you're in a hotel, it's like you're not there to party. Like, you got to be really aware. Why do you think people do it? It's just idiots. Is it just idiots?
I know why they do it, because it's escapism. So they probably work. They do the 9 to 5, and then they get an opportunity to go away.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these like stag do's or hen do's, and it's like, oh, thank God I can kind of live a little bit. So it's making up for lost time.
I know. And it's just.
So it's 0 to 100, and then the 100, you're like, whoa, this is not healthy.
Are you a complainer? Would you call down to reception? Because I will complain every time. I don't care.
Yeah. Especially if I had work the next day. That's uncool, man.
No, yeah, I had to work. I mean, I know it was Friday night, but I had to work on a Saturday. So I was like, sorry, I'm working tomorrow. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It has to stop. I was like, such an arsehole about it. But you know what? F it. You know, that's the way it has to be. Right.
They should designate certain floors with their quiet floors, where it's
Yes.
like you cannot, like trains, you have to be quiet.
I agree with you. I think that's a really good idea. I don't know why they don't do that. Okay, we're now at the number one spot. Now, I cannot for the life of me remember what was number one, but let's reveal it now. We've got, it's a music system. Mark, I'm not sure about this one. This is like the laptop thing. Right, explain yourself.
Right. Okay. So eventually, when you have your compound or whatever, then you can have festivals. You can celebrate with everyone. You can have a laugh. It's important to live.
Okay.
So we can link that up to the laptop, and then we can have a real good party. And I tell you what, hey, maybe it's let's say we're being compromised or something.
Okay.
And we're like, oh my god, the zombies are coming. Let's just leave that and put it on loud music or whatever to distract them.
Oh.
We've got a getaway.
Now, I was going to say this. I wasn't going to allow it, okay? But I'm now allowing it because I like it as a distraction technique, because that's...
Portable. That's not a portable one. You can get the you know what I'm talking about. You can get those Bluetooth portable ones.
Oh, yeah. I like I like how technology really figures into this apocalypse. You got a laptop, you got a Bluetooth portable music hi-fi set. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow it.
I did originally have drone, and you took that out. I thought drone would have been fantastic. Drone would have been absolutely amazing.
Do you currently have a drone in your house?
No, but there's so many people that have drones. There's loads of people that do drone photography.
So you'd have to make friends with someone or a couple of people with drones, because it is a good idea to have a drone. But you would absolutely need them in your clan. Okay, imagine, okay, right, I've got a drone, right? I'm in the Skippy clan. We're enemies, we're mortal. Oh, no, I'm in the Sunpack clan. You're the Skippy clan. Hi, Mark. Yeah, I don't know why you called this meeting. Is it about the drones? One of my number one here said it was about the drones. So is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think it's important to set a security perimeter so we can help each other. We actually seen a zombie within your perimeter, and we ended up taking care of that for you.
No, I didn't
You're
see that with
really-
my own eyes, Mark. You could be lying. Convince me, please.
Well, we're watching your back. That's it at the end of the day. This is mutual. We're here to help each other.
So what you're saying, I've got 2 drones, Mark. What you're saying, do you want one of my drones? What am I getting in return apart from you watching my back? I'm giving you a good piece of kit here.
I have 2 swords and I will give you 1.
And a drone's a lot. You're gonna have to give me something else. What else do you have?
I know it's out of battery. We just need to find a way of charging it.
Okay, I agree. It's an uneasy agreement. We'll write up the contracts on the parchment,
Great.
and I'll have my messenger send it over to your messenger. Just give us 4 or 5 days, because we don't have any cars in this compound. So we've only got 1 horse. So
Great.
okay, all right, okay.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, you're getting a drone. I mean, I think you're getting a good deal, Mark, to be honest with you. I think you're getting a good bloody deal.
Are you up for a good night's sleep? Because
Yeah.
I've got a bed you can use for a week and an eye mask.
Oh, you only giving me the bed for a week?
Yeah.
Then I get used to the bed and you're like, nah, give it back, mate. Come on, give us the bed back. Okay, well, we'll think about it. Somebody, Nisha here's gone, where's your war donkeys, Claire? Actually, we've got 3 war donkeys in the Sunpack clan, but we're keeping those because they're very important donkeys. So we're keeping those 4 donkeys. Jesus Christ. Do you know what, Mark? I kind of want to start an apocalyptic TV show with war donkeys, peanut butter, and drones. In fact, that's what it could be called: war donkeys, peanut butter, and drones. That's.
It's a shame there's not a game or something out there, but there probably is actually. Like a game or something out there where you can join an apocalypse clan, as it were.
Ah, I'm gonna look into that. I'm sure there is. I'm sure
there will be.
I'm sure there is.
That'd be quite fun.
Well, Mark, I think number 10, which was the this thing, the laptop, and number 1 was they were contentious, but we're gonna allow them.
Okay.
And I think you're allowed your objects, and we'll do some swaps between clans. So, thank you very much, guys. Can we have yeses in the chat from Mark before we say goodbye?
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Mark, so apart from filming this thing, what are you up to in the coming months? We can't say anything about Nowalls. We can't say, we've got no news we can say right now.
Yeah. We're still trying to make the big event happen with Nowalls. It's just taking a little bit of time really to organise and stuff. But that will be exciting once it's lifted off. And yeah, I've just been helping people with Actors Community. I don't know if anyone knows about the Actors Community, but it's like online coaching and teaching, with helping people kind of break into the industry, the TV and film industry. So that's been going really, really well.
Nice.
And we're working with a company called Echo, and they're kind of making that happen now. We've got their expertise, so it's really, really positive.
So
Yeah.
anybody wants to try their hand at acting, or they're curious or want to delve into something creative, check out the Actors Community. Really easy to find on Instagram as well. If you're on Instagram, just go type it in and it'll come up pretty much straight away. Nowalls will update you very soon. As soon as we've got something, trying to make all the stuff happen. And Mark, how has the reception been for all the Last Kingdom stuff? And I've been away, so how has it been on your end? I've barely spoken to you and James. How's it been for you guys?
Yeah, it's been really good. I was absolutely loving sharing the little funny videos we ended up doing on set. And there's a couple more I'm gonna sprinkle out, and then I think I'll call it a day. Because I'm like, wow, there's a lot. So it was really fun, kind of like, I suppose spreading those videos out,
Nice.
and seeing if the fans liked them or not. And I think they did. I think it gave everyone an insight into the madness of what it was like working with I suppose working with your friends for 7 years. That's what it's like for me, working with Arnis, Alex, James, Eliza, everyone.
Nice.
And that's what it's been like for like 7 years, so it's been bloody epic.
You can tell that from the rapport you have when you're just chatting away, you know, whenever, you know, you see interviews or, you know, you're chatting away on stream or whatever it may be, and you can totally feel that, you know, which is really nice. Really, really lovely.
We're always in conversation with each other. We've still got our WhatsApp group, which is going strong. I'm sure with time that will deplete, but the core group are there, you know, which is great. And we're going on holiday at some point all together.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be cool.
Cool. Well, Mark, I will probably message you later. I'll definitely message you before you go to Croatia. But have an absolutely fantastic time in Croatia. I think it's going to be fab, and I'm really happy for you. Get that work. Get going.
Awesome.
Everybody, please say goodbye to the lovely Mark Rowley. Mark, I'll see you soon. Take
See
care.
you. Loads of love, everyone. Take care.
Okay, that's Mark, everybody. That was Mark. That was Mark. That was the top 10 list of all list shows, guys. I see all the things that are happening in the chat, and I'll be with you just in a second. That was the first one back in, oh, God knows how long. So we did it. Yay! Did you enjoy the top 10 list of all list shows? Feedback is welcome. I've got a guest lined up for next week and the week after. I'm going to try and do it weekly. My organisation is a wee bit ski-whiff at the moment, but I'm trying really hard so that we can get lots of different nice people on the show, and you can meet some of my friends, people that you've seen before, that kind of thing. So Warner's like, I'm glad that Amazon's going to be working during the apocalypse. So am I. Some of that list was about. We're allowing it because we love Mark so much. Okay, I'm going to be staying here with you, so please do not go anywhere. I'll be back right after